So, a very good morning to all present here. Today, I, Ashna Arora and Ananya Vasudeva, is going to present in front of you some information and the research that we have seen on the Melbourne Gold Rush, which happened in Melbourne in Australia. So, just a second. So, gold rushes. What actually happened was that they were that in a place. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Hello.
I can
I'm
hear
so
you.
sorry, I just got disconnected. I'll share the screen once again. I'm very
No
sorry.
problem.
Okay, so gold rushes have a famous history of bringing prosperity to the gold endowed region. Like there was a Californian gold rush before in US, and there is a Transvaal gold rush, and in Wales also. So this is the story that happened near New South Wales in Melbourne. So I'm next going to tell you what actually happened in the Melbourne Gold Rush.
During February February 12th, 1851, one prospector discovered a bunch of gold near Bathurst in New South Wales, which is in Australia. Then, after that, even more gold was discovered in the neighboring state. In the neighboring state of Victoria. And after that, in the 1815s, there were gold discoveries in Victoria, Beechworth, Castlemaine, Dalesford, Ballarat, and Bendigo, which sparked gold rushes similar to the California, which was California Golden Rush.
Then there was gold discovery at Ballarat in 1851 that sparked that actually started the Victorian famous gold rush, the topic which is about, and an estimated 6,000 diggers, 6,000 miners, arrived each week seeking their fortune at the place where the gold was found, and Ballarat was considered the world's richest alluvial gold field during this time.
After approx after 1 year, Nearby Bendigo, it was transformed into a sheep station, as in sheep station into a bustling town, into 40,000 people. And Melbourne was the other name of Melbourne was Marvelous Melbourne, drawing comparisons to Paris and London due to the huge influx of wealth and migrants.
So this is a basic summary of how gold is mined, which is very which is natural the way all the gold is mined. So long before any gold can be extracted, significant exploration and development processes need to take place, both to determine as accurately as possible the size of the deposit as well as how to extract and process the ore efficiently, safely, and responsibly. So on average, it takes between 10 to 12, 20 to 20 years before a gold mine is even ready to produce material that can be refined. Pre-gold traces of marvelous Melbourne. So this is like what marvelous Melbourne or what Melbourne was before the gold rush. So gold was found at the Phillip Phillip in Victoria by a shepherd, and around April 1847, a shepherd took a sample of ore about the size of an apple that he believed to be copper into the jewelry store of the Charles Brintani in Collins Street, Melbourne, where the sample was purchased by an employee. Joseph Forrester was a goldsmith, was a gold and silver smith.
Just a second. Traces of marvelous Melbourne during Gold Rush. The Victorian Gold Rush was a period in the history of Victoria in Australia, which was approximately in 1851 and the late 1860s. It had it led to a period of extreme prosperity, the influx of population growth and financial capital for Melbourne, which was dubbed as Marvelous Melbourne as a result of the procurement of wealth.
And post gold rush effects were that we are going to read it in the next slide in a better way, but in short, like Australia's population changed dramatically, and it changed too much, and it and maximum was Victorians from there, because where the gold was found, and the gold rush is reflected in the architecture of Victorian gold boom cities like Melbourne, Castlemaine, Ballarat, and Bendigo. So this is
So now we
development. Yeah, say.
Now we will be talking about the development of Melbourne after gold rush. So the discovery of gold started a series of rushes that transformed many colonies across the globe. Significant deposits were discovered in Tasmania from 1852, in Queensland from 1857, and in the Northern Territory from 1871. In the 1890s, a new series of rushes were triggered by the discovery of huge gold fields at Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie in Western Australia between 1851 and 1871. The Australian population quadrupled from 430,000 people to 1.7 million as the migrants from across the world arrive in search of the gold. Now, Ashna will continue.
The largest non-European group of the miners were the Chinese, most of whom were bonded laborers who suffered discrimination from the government. It's estimated that by 1855 there was 20,000 Chinese on the Victorian diggings as the miners, and among the larger group of migrants were many men and women bringing new political ideas to the young colonies. Thank you. Any questions?
Ashna, very good presentation. I had one question.
Yes.
So what I wanted to ask that majority of the gold was found in Bendigo, right? But
Right. Ballarat and
Melbourne, historically, from what I know, doesn't have that much of gold, but it is near Bendigo. So, could you explain the reasons why Bendigo remained significantly undeveloped while Melbourne reached such marvelous heights?
yeah. So actually, I wanted to add this point only. So Melbourne was a spot of because it was near port, seaports and other ports. So that's why it drew all the center of attraction, and from here all the gold was transported to other countries and to other places. So that's why that became the center of attraction. And that is why it got the name Marvelous Melbourne.
So, what I gather from this is that in Bendigo, gold mines were established, and basically the gold was dug there and transported to Melbourne, from where it was circulated around the world. So that traders actually met each other at Melbourne, right?
Right.
Thank you, Ashna.